Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So in this vlog I am heading out to the Manchester Opera House to go and see An Officer and a Gentleman. Now I've never seen this musical before, I don't know much about it, so I'm really looking forward to going and see it. I know it's a jukebox musical, it has songs in from the 80s, but that's all I really know about it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I only paid £13 for my ticket because I managed to get a discounted single seat ticket. So I've got quite a good view. I'm sat in the stalls, I think I'm on like row H. So it should be a good view from there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go and get changed and then I'm going to head out to the theatre. So I'll get back to you now once I'm on my way to the Opera House. So about the tram station, it is nearly 6:20. Tram's due in 1 minute, so I should get there by 7 hopefully. Hi, so I just arrived in town now. It is about 20 to 7 now, so got plenty of time. Just walking up to the theatre now, and I'll get back to you now once I'm there. Okay, so I've just arrived at the Opera House. I think it's about 6:45, so I'm just going to head in a minute. But that part's looking nice and they got rid of the scaffolding. So I'm now in the theatre, just bought myself a programme and magnet. I think they're both £5 each. Just waiting for the auditorium to open, and it's going to open in about 2 minutes. And I'm sat in the stalls today. So there's a little bit of a delay getting into the stalls because they're having a bit of technical difficulties.
Thank you for being patient with us, guys. No reason to stay. Thank you for being patient.
Just spend $9. They fit your shape as well as your size. And you save $5 at the old Pleasant Time.
Okay, so we're in the auditorium now from row H, seat 14. Okay, so this is the view from my seat. Pretty good view. I only paid £13 for this ticket, so. Hi, so it is now the interval, and it's okay. It's not the best musical that I've ever seen, but it's okay. The songs are good. It's a jukebox musical, so it's songs from the 80s. The story's a little bit lacking for me. I find it a little bit boring, but we'll see what the second half is like, so I'll get back to you now at the end of the show and give you a full review when I get home. so I'm now back from seeing Officer and a Gentleman, and I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about it. So I went to see the show on Wednesday the 1st of May, and the show started at 7:30 p.m. So the runtime for this show was 2 hours and 20 minutes. Act 1 was 55 minutes and Act 2 was an hour and 5 minutes. So I only paid £13 for my ticket because it was a single seat ticket, and they reduced all the single tickets down to £13. So I think where I was sat in the stalls was usually around £40 to £50 for that seat, so I got a really good offer by getting a single seat ticket. It's something that I always try and do if I know I'm going to the theatre on my own. I will wait till the last minute and see if they reduce the seats. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. This time it did. So I was sat in the stalls. I was on row H, seat 14, and I had a fantastic view from that seat. There's also plenty of leg room, so it's definitely a seat I would sit in again because the view was really good from there. So the show did have some merch. It had hoodies, it had t-shirts, it had a tote bag, a cap, a mug. I think they've run out of mugs, but they did usually have mugs. Keyring, poster, a magnet and a souvenir brochure. They also did house programs, which I did pick up. This one, it was £5.50, and I have to say it's better than my Sister Act one that I got, which was just so flimsy, but it's still not the best quality. They have done better ones. I do think it's a little bit better than the Sister Act ones. I'm not sure what's going on with the quality of the programmes at the Palace and the Opera House. They just are up and down, up and down. Some weeks they're good, some weeks they're terrible. So yeah, I much prefer the Lowry's programmes because they are always really good quality. They're 50p more, but you get the quality, because my Wizard of Oz one and my Sister Act one are completely ruined from being in my bag. The front covers are just like paper, and he just got ruined. This one is a little bit thicker than that. This one is a bit better, but those were terrible. The Wizard of Oz one and the Sister Act one, terrible quality. And if I didn't want to have the cast information, I would have bought them because they were really bad. This one is a little bit better. So yeah, I bought that, and I also bought a magnet. I did have the magnet here. Here it is. There we go, that is a magnet, and that was £6. So this show was supposed to start at 7:30. It was delayed slightly. We didn't get let into the auditorium till about 7:15 or 7:20 because there was a technical fault. So it was holding everyone back in the foyer until the technical issue had been resolved. So I think it may have started 5-10 minutes late. It wasn't too bad, and the staff got everyone into the auditorium and seated really quickly. So they did a really good job of getting everyone really quickly. We did actually have one understudy on for this performance. The role of Lynette was played by Julia Jones, who's the understudy. So that's the only understudy we had on, and there was posters all around the theatre. I saw quite a few little posters around letting you know that the understudy was on. They didn't do an announcement or anything before the show, but there was lots of posters around. So if you don't know anything about An Officer and a Gentleman, it's actually based on a movie which was out in the 80s. In 1982, I believe it was out, and it was the same name as the musical. It was called An Officer and a Gentleman, and this is just basically the musical version of the movie. Originally, this musical actually had original songs, and it opened in Sydney back in 2012. However, since then, Leicester Curve redid the musical, and instead of using the original songs, they used the music from the movie score, making it into a jukebox musical. And that one then went on to tour the UK in 2018, and it is that version, the jukebox musical version, which is on tour now in 2024. So this is the jukebox version of this musical, and it includes songs that were on the soundtrack for the movie. So it's got, I think, Material Girl, Up Where We Belong, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, Toy Soldiers, so songs that were out in the 80s. So if you love 80s music, there's lots of 80s songs in this show. So the musical tells the story of Zack Mayo, who, after his mother commits suicide, decides that he wants to leave his life of hardship behind him and try and make his dreams of becoming a jet pilot come true. So Jack becomes a United States Naval aviation officer candidate, and he begins his training at the aviation training facility in Pensacola, Florida. So whilst training, Zack becomes friends with a fellow candidate named Sid Worley, who is the son of a wealthy admiral, and the pair of them are put to the test at the training facility by their gunning sergeant called Emil Forey. And he is really tough on the candidates as he's trying to weed out any weak recruits. So Zack and Sid attend a naval dance where they meet two local girls who work in a local factory, and they end up getting in a relationship with these girls. Sid ends up in a relationship with a young girl called Lynette, and Zack ends up in a relationship with a girl called Paula. So as they are working hard to achieve their goals of becoming jet pilots, they also are developing their relationships with the two girls, and that is the basic story of this musical. I have to admit, I found this musical quite slow. It took me a while to get into it. I definitely enjoyed the second half more than the first half. It took me really till the second half to get into it, but I did enjoy the second half. I did think it was interesting how they had worked in the songs, the 80s songs, into it. Some of the songs they had reworked a little bit so that they made more sense with the story. So one of the songs was Status Quo's In the Army Now. They actually changed it to In the Navy Now, which made more sense because obviously they're in the Navy. So yeah, they did that. They did rework a few songs. There was a couple of others I think that they reworked as well. I have to admit, some of the songs that were used in this worked better than others. Some weren't slotted in very well, but others were really good, the way they fitted them around the storyline. So the set for this show was actually quite simple. It was designed by Michael Taylor, and it consisted of what looked like metal scaffolding, sort of like what you'd see at a naval base. It had a staircase and it's just lots of scaffolding, but on the scaffolding they had a lot of neon signs, and these would light up at certain parts and it would help to show different locations. And this worked quite well along with all the props that they brought on. They brought on a lot of props as well to help change locations. And I thought that, along with the lighting design by Ben Cracknell, the set actually did look quite impressive. I actually quite enjoyed it, even though it was quite simple. It did look quite impressive when it was all lit up with the lights. I thought the costumes, which were also designed by Michael Taylor, were also quite good, and they reflected the time period in which the play was set. So 80s, they look very 80s style. So the cast for the show were good. I enjoyed their performances. I thought some of them had really good voices, and so that's probably actually a good time to look at the programme, and I can show you who the cast were. Okay, so this is the programme. It says An Officer and a Gentleman, the musical, and it's got the Opera House logo at the bottom. So we look inside, we've got some information here, just letting you know some upcoming shows that come into the Palace and Opera House. We have information on the Opera House itself. Also, ATG tickets have got a new logo and a new sort of design. Instead of the red, it's now this blue. so the programme is a little bit different to some of the previous programmes. And then we have the Office of Gentlemen information. So we have the cast biographies here. So we had Luke Baker playing Zack Mayo. His theatre credits include Tony in Billy Elliot at the Leicester Curve, Dean in Everybody's Talking About Jamie at the Apollo Theatre and Sheffield Crucible. He played Ren in Footloose UK Tour. He's been in American Idiot and the West End. So that's just some things that he's done. We then had Georgia Lennon, who played Paula Pokrifki. She was Zack's girlfriend, and her theatre credits include Marie Osmond is the Osmonds, a new musical, the UK tour. So I probably saw her in that actually. She's played Lady Chatterley in Lady Chatterley's Lover at the Shaftesbury Theatre. She's been in One Enchanted Evening at Glastonbury Abbey, and then she's also been in a few pantomimes as well. We then had Jamal Kane Crawford as Gunnery Sergeant Emile Foley. I thought he was excellent in this role. He was really animated, and I just thought he was really interesting to watch. I really loved watching him. I thought he was really, really good. So his theatre credits include Tyrone Jackson in Fame the Musical UK Tour, Big Jewel Cover / Ensemble in Guys and Dolls UK Tour. He's been in the ensemble in the Bodyguard UK Tour. That's just some things he has done. We then had Paul French, who played Sid Worley. His theatre credits include Rooster in Annie UK Tour, Tin Man / Hickory in The Wizard of Oz at the Curve Leicester, and Kaniki in Greece at the Dominion Theatre. So usually Lynette Pomeroy, how shall I say the second name of that character, is played by Sinead Long, but we had the understudy on for that role and I saw the show. But Sinead has been in things such as Missy in 9 to 5, Sylvia, she's been in Sylvia at the Old Vic, she's been in Hamilton, she played Rosie in Sweet Charity, she's been in Jesus Christ Superstar. She's done quite a lot of stuff. We then had Melanie Mason, who played Esther I can't say it, it's a Polish name. Her theatre credits include Mrs. Keynes in The Infidel, Mary Lou in Jailhouse Rock the Musical, Dolores Parker in Peggy Sue Got Married. They're just some things that she's done. Then we had Tim Rogers, who played Byron Mayo. His theatre credits include Tony in West Side Story, Frederick in The Pirates of Penzance, The Man in Whistle Down the Wind, Sebastian in The Things About Men, and that's just some things that he has done. We then had Olivia Foster Brownie, who played Casey Seeger. I thought she was really good. I really enjoyed her performance. Her theatre credits include Evita at the Curve Theatre, Frenchie in Greece at the Dominion Theatre, Cover Michelle in Dreamgirls UK Tour, and Ange in Never Lost at Home. So those are some things that she's been in. We then had Lucas Puero as Eduardo Cortez. His theatre credits include TJ Monsignor O'Hara in Sister Act, and Pepe in West Side Story. We then had Chris Bernstein playing Lewis Perryman and Fight Captain. His credits include Robert Palmer / Kevin Mercy in I'm Every Woman, the Shaka Khan musical, Theo in School of Rock, and he's also played Mark in Rent as well. We then had Wendy Harriet as Aunt Bunny. Her theatre credits include Caraboss, the Wicked Queen in Sleeping Beauty, Monique in Soul Sisters, the musical UK tour, and that's just some things that she's done. We then had James Wilkinson Jones as Troy. His theatre credits include South Pacific, Saturday Night Fever, and that's some things he's done. We then had Danny Whelan as Craig. His theatre credits include lead vocalist in Queen and Meatloaf's tribute concerts. He played an American GI in Miss Saigon at the Sheffield Crucible. He played covered Strat in Bat Out of Hell, UK and international tour and the West End. And he played Paul in Rent at the Shaw Theatre. So that's some things he has done. We then had Julia Jones. She usually plays a factory worker, a factory girl, and she's the dance captain. However, in this performance, she was playing Lynette, the girlfriend of Sid. Her theatre credits include Mamma Mia, The Party, narrator in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and she was in the ensemble in A Little Princess. So that's some things that she has done. We then had Tizzy Philippe. She played a factory girl. Her theatre credits include The Book of Mormon, Billy in Our House, and then some pantomimes as well. So that's some things that she has done. We then had Mia Harrison as a factory worker. Her theatre credit includes Diane in $1 Million Quartet. We then had Lucan Simmons as Hooper. His theatre credits include Bert Healy and Understood Rooster and Danny Warbucks in Atty, UK and Ireland tour. Understudy Mufasa in The Lion King. Understudy General in The Book of Mormon. So that's just some stuff he has done. We then had Will May, who is on stage Swing, and this is his UK tour debut in this show. And then we had Ellie Grace Cousins. She was an onstage swing and assistant dance captain. Her theatre credits include the swing in Mamma Mia and an ensemble in Peter Pan, The Return of Captain Hook. And here we have the cast list, understudy list. We have the song list. So in Act 1 we had In the Navy Now, This Is a Man's World, Hearts on Fire, Blaze of Glory, Jodie Call, Working for the Weekend, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, I Was Made for Loving You, I Want to Know What Love Is, St. Elmo's Fire. So that's Act 1. Then in Act 2 we have Living on a Prayer, Kids in America, Heart of Glass, When the Going Gets Tough, Material Girl, Alone, I Am Woman, Toy Soldiers, Family Man, The Final Countdown, You're the Voice, Up Where We Belong. So there's lots of good songs in there. And then it says here, it's set in 1982 and in and around the United States Naval Aviation Training Facility in Pensacola, Florida. It says the run time for the show is 55 minutes for Act 1 and an hour and 5 minutes for Act 2. And then underneath there it tells you who is in the band. We then have the creatives biographies. The producer and director's biographies. Music credits and production credits, and that is it. So there's no articles in there. It is just the cast biographies and cast list, nothing else. We then have some adverts for upcoming shows that are coming to the Palace and Opera House. Some information on ATG. Booking and venue information, and then an advert for the ice cream that they must sell at the theatre, and then on the back it tells you about the ATG Plus card, and that is the programme. So I rated this show 3 stars. Like I said, it took me a while to get into the show. I found the first half quite slow. Picked up a bit in the second half, but not enough for me to give it a 4 star. It was a 3 star show for me. It was a fun night out. I'm glad I went to see it. I did enjoy it, but it's not a show I'm going to be rushing back to see again. It's not my favourite jukebox musical. There's a lot of good songs in there. I'm just not sure how well some of the songs are fitting into the story. Some they fit in really well, others didn't quite work. So yeah, it was a 3 star show for me, but still an enjoyable night out, and I'm glad I went to see it. I'm just not going to be rushing back to see it anytime soon. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little vlog and review. If you do enjoy these sort of videos, do consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell and be notified as soon as a new video go up. I've got loads of things booked in. I am going to go and see 42 Balloons again. This time I'm actually going to go and review it. I've actually been gifted the tickets to go and review the show, so I'll be going to review that on Sunday. So if you want a full review on 42 Balloons, then like I said, do hit subscribe and hit the notification bell and you're notified as soon as that goes up. I'm also going to go and see Aladdin very soon. I've got tickets for Burlesque in June. So lots of good things. I'm also going to see Kinky Boots next week as well, so lots of good things coming up. So if you think you enjoy any of those, like I said, do subscribe, hit the notification bell and be notified as soon as they go up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, do give it a like, don't forget to subscribe. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.